There's something in this life, in your lifetime, that only you can do. No one else can take your place. Hey guys! Hey guys, it's David, aka Davlorito. And today's video is kind of spontaneous. I didn't want to post anything for this segment of my channel anymore. It's called New Life. Just a few hours ago, I found out about the death of a K-pop star. His name is Jonghyun from SHINee. I didn't know him personally. I liked a few of their songs. Yeah, this video is not about him, and it's not about K-pop. Let me just tell you real quickly what this segment New Life is about. Back in March of this year, I lost my aunt and my cousin in a car accident, and I was really close to my cousin, and I lived in Germany during that time. My cousin's from the Philippines, so it's very difficult just to be with a family for obvious reasons. I live in Germany and I live in the Philippines, so I cannot always attend weddings, gatherings, Christmas, birthdays, funerals, and all of those things. Yeah, so I decided to make this segment, to do this segment on my channel called New Life, because I wanted to mourn publicly, just because my family is internationally spread, so we're not all together, and I just wanted just to be a place where I can speak openly about my emotions, what I'm going through, for family and friends to see and hear what I'm going through without having to ask me face to face, because that can be awkward sometimes. I also wanted to help others who may have lost someone to heal properly. It's totally fine to mourn, and I feel like it should be done. Especially guys there's this, maybe not everywhere and maybe not in all families and persons, individuals, but yeah, there's just this notion that guys don't cry, or guys are not as emotional as women, and in certain things in life such as death, we guys have to be strong and like hold it all together. But we are also entitled, we have the right, the God-given right to mourn at a certain time. So why am I doing this video? Because this death of this K-pop star, it really hit me again. I went through social media and just looked at all of the posts of his fans, or K-pop fans, and I just read all of the captions and how they are deeply hurt and crying, and they cannot express what they're feeling, and some are just realizing how important life is, and it usually happens when somebody dies. That's when you realize how precious life is. So for today's video, this is, like I said, not planned, and it's not gonna be about K-pop. Though it has not been confirmed, there were rumors that he committed suicide because he was having a hard time or had depression. It's not confirmed, and I have no clue if that's true, and I don't know. But this thing really triggered something in me. I was thinking about depression. So I wanted to share a part of my life, because I just feel like it's fitting, especially now that it's almost Christmas. There are some people in this world who are by themselves, or going through a hard time during Christmas. They get depressed, and there are many people who commit suicide during the Christmas season, and I just want to speak out, because it is not something that is to be taken lightly or to made fun of. This video is very serious. I hope you guys understand. If you cannot deal with this topic, or you just don't feel comfortable hearing about this, then I suggest you just exit this video now. I'm going to talk about depression. I'm going to talk about my personal life. This is personal, but I just want to share it to you guys, because I want it to be meaningful and not like it was just a phase. I was never officially diagnosed as a depressed person, because I just kept everything to myself. I went through depression, or some sort of depression, during my teenage years, and sadly, nowadays in this time and age, depression is not that uncommon anymore. It has become common, especially among young people. Many teenagers, when they're going through puberty, end up having depression, and I've heard so many cases, but I'm just talking about mine. I was depressed during my teenage years for various reasons, which I won't get into. While I was going through the time, I had the weirdest thoughts, and I had a list noted down the best ways to kill myself. I just really wanted to kill myself. And looking back, I don't really know the exact reason. It just, I felt so void. I felt so alone. I was lonely. I felt misunderstood. I felt out of place. Keeping in mind, I'm a Filipino and I grew up in Germany. So many things also had to do with culture. Many things were thrown at me saying you behave a certain way, you're like this, you're like that, like that's not how you should be behaving, you're a dude, why do you behave this way? Here in Germany we don't behave that way. Like it came across like that. So I just felt misunderstood in many ways, and when people they wouldn't bully me because my personality just does not allow that to happen. But they would say things that would hurt me and also enter my subconsciousness. And you know, when you're alone, you start thinking, and then you just get depressed. Like I can't really explain to you how you get into depression. It's just a thing that kind of happens if you don't take precaution beforehand. Also, you know how many people tell you, like when they notice that you're not doing so well, and they're noticing that you're down and everything, and then there's, you know, you have people that come to you and say, hey, how are you doing? Like you kind of look down and sad. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm here, you can always talk to me. And I know that they mean well, but you know, it's really when you're the one who's depressed, it really depends on your situation. Because I remember when I was depressed, when people would say that to me, I would either feel happy that somebody noticed, and then, you know, I just felt like, oh, I'm getting attention, so it kind of feels good, so I would talk with that person, or I would not talk with that person, but I just felt like reassured, like people care. On the other hand, I also felt it's annoying. I felt annoyed when people did say that. I'm like, okay, thanks for letting me know. I know you don't really care about me, so I'm not talking to you. I don't want to talk about it. And I don't want to talk with anybody about this. It's very difficult, to be honest. Like when I think about how my mind was working during that time, like nobody could please me. Like if somebody would notice that I was in a bad shape or not doing well, and I felt like I had to talk, or they wanted to talk with me, I didn't want to talk with them. I was like, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk with you. And then when nobody approached me, I'm like, why doesn't anybody want to talk to me? And I feel like I was getting into that like pit, and then I was in self-pity, like literally in a pit, and you're in self-pity. I played the victim in a way during that time, and I kind of liked it for some reason. Just going through that, I know that there is a possibility. I'm not saying that it's always the same for everyone, but if you're going through depression, sometimes getting out of depression is not possible for you because you don't want to go out. Like you want to stay in your miserable state, and nobody can explain that to you. Nobody can help you, and you cannot get out because you don't want to get out. And I know it sounds harsh, but like that was it. It was like that for me. I never got professional help. The last time I tried to take my life was when I was 15 years old. I won't tell you the details. Yeah, I believe in God. I know that everybody does, and not everybody likes God. But for me, I believe in God. And yeah, he just made, let's just say, he made a miracle happen, and it caused me not to take my life. Then in that moment, like for some reason it just clicked, and I realized, like, David, what are you doing? Why are you so obsessed of taking your own life? And you know, when you're going through depression, there are so many reasons you see while you're in depression why you should take your life. And I'm telling you, depression, like, you can call it a sickness, you can call it a lie, and that's just how it is. Like, whatever you want to call it. From my personal experience, depression is a constant battle. You cannot like think, oh, I'm feeling better now, I felt good for the last 2 weeks, maybe it's just 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, half year, 1 year. Unless like something has to happen for you to take that step out of depression. Like, don't think about what got you into depression. Don't think why you should stay in depression and all of those things. All you should be focusing on is, I want to get out of here. And I know when you're going through depression, you'll have those phases where you said, I had enough of this, I want to get out of depression. But then for some reason you can't. When I was 15, when I was really about to die, I believe that it's really because of God. He's the only reason why I'm still alive now. He made me see or understand how precious my life is, and that death would rob me, my family and friends around me, and the people in the future that would, you know, be related to me in any way. There's a big piece that will be left out. Like, I play an important role, and I just want to say on this part now, whoever you may be, this is to everyone. I just want to say you're special. And I know you hear this a lot, and everybody's special and everybody's talented, but no, you are special. And there's something in this life, in your lifetime, that only you can do. No one else can take your place. Yes, maybe somebody can take your place at your job. Maybe someone can take your place at a friendship circle. But nobody can take away your personal life, like your personal story, your being. No, there is nobody who is like you 200%. You may be similar with somebody, but nobody is 100% identical to you. Not even your twin, if you have one. So your life is so precious, and there is something that only you can do and only you can fulfill here on earth. Maybe somebody can do other things well, but nobody can live your life for you. You're the only one who can live your life, and I just want to let you know that you're very important for this world. Please don't kill yourself. And if you're not depressed, just keep on believing in yourself and just keep on growing, and don't even think about it. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that real quick. But yeah, when I was getting out of depression, that was the time I just said, I want to get out. And in that moment, I stopped thinking about why I even was in depression. I stopped justifying why I was in that state. I just stopped looking at the circumstances and anything that was pointing to, yes, David, you should be feeling bad. You should be down there, like in that dark pit of nothingness. And after, you know, escaping death, I just had one thought. And that thought was, I never want to be in this pit again. And you know, I still get down and sad sometimes and lonely. But I noticed I was never depressed. Like even now when my cousin passed, like yes, I had a few months where I was really mourning. But mourning is different from being depressed. I was mourning, but my mindset was, that's why I called this segment New Life, because my motto is, I mean, for all those new viewers, I decided to mourn for 1 year publicly. I mean, doesn't mean that it will end there. It can be that I'll still mourn after 1 year, but my mindset was, okay, I will mourn publicly for 1 year, and then after 1 year I'll just like reel it back in and just, you know, try to move on, because I don't want to dwell on sad things. You know, my cousin and my aunt, they're not here anymore on this earth, and it is sad, but I rejoice and celebrate their lives. I celebrate that I was able to spend time with them, that I was able to get to know them intimately, that it's just not like a hi, hello kind of relationship, but we knew each other. And you know, after 1 year, like I feel like I have to sometimes just like, okay David, just be sad, but tomorrow you can't be sad. You just like just live. So yeah, that's my motto. Live life alive. I don't want to live life dead. I want to enjoy life. And in order to do that, I have to, you know, process this morning. But I cannot like dwell on it and just like focus on like I have to cry, I have to be sad. Like no. And I'm doing better. Like it's December now, so I feel like I've come a long way, Like sometimes I still get sad and then I let it out, and then after that I just like stand up again and just keep on going. Yeah, what did I just want to say? I just want to say I'm sorry guys, this video is it's over the place. It's 3 a.m. I think. It's been 10 years, so I can speak about it just so openly and just like whatever. But yeah, depression is not something you should take lightly. You shouldn't take it too seriously, if you know what I mean. Like, don't like, oh, I'm depressed. Like, no. Like, I personally feel like you should refrain from saying that sentence, I'm so depressed right now. Like, when you're sad about something or you don't feel good about something, don't even use that sentence, oh, I'm so depressed right now. Because also saying that can also trigger sometimes, like, you actually becoming depressed if you say it all the time. Yeah, there was actually another reason why I really wanted to film this video right now. You know how we don't talk about these things on the internet and everything? Like, we talk about all the weirdest things. We talk about nonsense a lot on the internet, let's be true. But these kind of matters, kind of like, you talk about it once and then it's over, which is okay. I mean, we don't want to be depressed anyway. But I was thinking to myself, okay, David, you have, as of now, I have 836 followers on YouTube, which is great. Thanks for the love and support. And over 1,000 followers on Instagram. On the YouTube and Instagram social media fame scale, like, I'm down there. Like, I'm a nobody basically on the internet. But I was thinking, you know what, David, if you think about it, that's still 836 people. Maybe they're not all watching, but even if it's just one person that needs to hear this and can watch, I feel like it's something big. And I feel like on social media we have so many followers, and instead of, like, yes, posting funny stuff and fun things is great, like we need those things, but you know, sometimes I feel like we just also should be aware of the power that we hold in, you know, having followers that listen and are interested in what you have to say. Yeah, I just wanted to take this opportunity to just, yeah, bring this topic to you guys, and just to make you aware that it's Christmas season. And if you may not be aware of this, but there's a very high suicide rate during the Christmas season in, well, all over the world. Of course, not everywhere Christmas is being celebrated, but just let's take the places where Christmas is celebrated. There are more suicides during this Christmas season, just because people feel alone, even more alone than they already do. So yeah, I personally don't really have the answer, but I wanted to take this opportunity to ask you guys, and or maybe just make you guys think about ways of how you can help. Like, you don't know, the depressed person might be next to you. It might be a friend, brother, sister, parent, uncle, auntie, nephew, niece, cousin, co-worker, classmate, neighbor, random stranger. I don't know, it could be anybody. And you know, we don't always have to ask, are you depressed, are you depressed? That's not what I'm saying, but just being more loving to one another, if that makes sense. Just, you know, actually, I don't know. Sometimes a simple hello, or just like a message to a friend, hey, how are you doing? I was just thinking about you. Hope everything's fine. Anything like that. I mean, it might sound so random and so insincere, maybe, or even like just a normal question that nobody cares. But just, you know, asking about them, like genuinely being interested in the lives of your friends and family, also co-workers maybe. I feel like that can help a lot. Having that person feel appreciation, and that they are being needed, or like, oh, this person messaged me once in a while and just asks me how I'm doing. Like, okay, that's nice. You know, just you have to get a feel for this. Like, this video is so random, but I just wanted to talk about this, and yeah, and share my personal story with depression and how I got out of it. If you're going through depression, just consider, at least consider, I'm not telling you what to do, but just consider getting help. If you need professional help, sometimes talking with your mom, dad, siblings, best friend can already do a lot. So don't be afraid. I know this is a big thing, but just find a person that you can trust or believe that you can trust, and just share them a little bit of what you're going through, and then you see from there how it's going. If you're a believer like me, pray. Prayer helps. It doesn't take the pain all away, and depression won't leave just by prayer, to be honest. You have to make an active decision that you want to leave it. I don't want depression to be part of my life. I don't want it to ruin my life. So you also have to make a decision, and if you're not going through depression, please find a way, like just be more cautious and more aware maybe of the well-being of the people around you. Like, you're not supposed to be walking on tippy toes, like, oh, everyone's depressed around me. No, not like that, but just, be the sunshine in the room. And yeah, like I said, if you're a believer like me, also just pray. If God is leading you to pray for a certain person, or just a person is constantly on your mind, and just pray. I mean, there's nothing to lose in prayer. Yeah, so with that being said, I wish you are all doing well, and if you're not doing so well, that you will feel better. Please don't dwell so much on your negative thoughts. They might be justified in everything, but nothing on this world is justifying your early death. So please just consider. And of course, I just want to also say that I'm so sorry and I'm deeply hurt, and I just want to send my love and prayers to all the family and friends of Jonghyun, and to anybody who may have lost somebody due to depression, suicide. If that's you, I'm really sorry to hear that. I just want to send my love, my hug, and there's no words actually that can mend the pain as of now. Just sending you love. I just hope we as a generation, we can work together to create a better present life for us and a better future for us and the next generation. So other than that, I wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, a good evening, wherever you may be. See you soon. Adios. Kumai.